given that the bases are so impenetrable in this, like almost nobody ever just directly attacks bases, that's a very natural thing to do, is to capitalize on your victories. In other video games, people are often tempted to just do a frontal assault on their opponent's base, like, oh, we won a battle, let's charge, and then they end up throwing away their whatever lead they had. So it's always good to capitalize. Here we go. Stormboy's coming in. Always good to capitalize. Oh, we have Use Your Choppas, I believe. That's the new graphic, I think, there. Coming up on the Stormboys here. Oh, no! We had another Warp Pole pulling all of the Orc units on top of a Plasma Grenade there. Pretty good creative uses of Warp Pole there, but unfortunately... Ooh, look at that. Bomba Boy is also being used to knock back these retreating units. Retreating units getting shredded up quite a bit. The Guardian Squad getting out of there with their Warlock. Maybe. And the Exarch there as well from the Howling Banshees. The Howling Banshees, the only surviving unit as well there. All I was going to say is that whenever you get a big victory, it's always important to turn that into a strategic advantage. Don't just throw away your advantage. Get a big victory and then capitalize. Cap some territory, remove some generators, hurt your opponent's economy so that during the next fight, you'll have a bigger advantage as well. If you're ahead, get more ahead, to quote Artosis, Day 9, I don't know, a bunch of good StarCraft casters out there. A frequently said comment. Looks like this Warboss is just so angry he wanted to get to that victory point in time. He called it first. He's like, shotgun! I get the victory point. Sorry, I called it. Anyhow, he's capping away at that. But now we can see, hopefully, no, it looks like the War Spiders are all out. Oh, never mind. Combination of everything going off right there. I was going to say Haywire Grenades, but we also had an Autarch. We also had a few other things there. So Autarch being called in right there for a drop hack. Or was that Lindonen's? I think that was Lindonen's. Yeah, sorry. No. Whatever. I don't care. I don't know. I don't care. Whatever. Because I'm focused on the fact here now that the Warboss is being chased away at 0 hit points. There's the Autarch right now, hacking and slashing away right now with with the Executioner. And it looks like all of these Howling Banshees are going to get away in time. But no, we have once again the Bomba Boys being used to knock them back, forcing just a few more casualties onto them. And now it looks like they're going to get away. I don't think he's going to have the time to throw any more Bomba Boys. No, he will not. But during all of that time, it looked like the red team grabbed both victory points. So it is 2-1 victory points. Red is up 329 to 263. The blue team is going to have to grab that. And while all of that was going on, it looks like, oh yes, Spirit went ahead and got himself an Avatar. And he lined up right there for that Wailing Doom, but didn't quite hit anybody. So Avatar in the field right now. Now this is really problematic for Forset and for Lindonen. They were kind of ignoring the Rhino that was out there earlier. I always call it Rhino. It's a Razorback, I know, but really a Razorback is just a Rhino with a gun on top of it. Anyhow, boom! There goes the Mark of Cain ability again, knocking back all of the Orcs there. But they were kind of ignoring their anti-vehicle rolls. They just went for soft counters, like the Warp Spiders, for instance. But now that's a real problem, now that the Autarch is on the field, picking up Orcs and throwing them this way and that. So they're going to have to come up with something for that. We do have Terminators on the field as well. Those are up north, have been upgraded with an autocannon, and we do have a Librarian Psyker on the field as well. He had the Tome of Time there, but it looks like he's upgrading the Psychic Hood. Stormboy is charging in. Oh, no. Oh, the poor. Looks like all of the Howling Banshees right there for Spirit were taken out. But covering the treat with a really nice Wailing Doom and perfect reflexes there. It looks like everybody except for the Farseer got out of the way there, but avoided some unnecessary casualties there for sure. We have Lindonen's Warp Spiders now moving on in, hitting the Avatar there with a little bit of a Haywire Grenade. Not doing too much damage, and it was already retreated anyways, but you know, you might as well start whittling away at that thing. Here we have the it looks like the Veil of Time just wore off of the Terminators there, but they are definitely kind of representing. And now it looks like the blue team is in a lot of trouble because they're kind of both trapped in their base. Both armies are on this side of the field with the possible exception of the Autarch, who's up here right now, getting punched by a bunch of Tactical Marines. But they're kind of both stuck here, and so is the red team. The red team has got them cornered in the base, and they have map control right now. So really the red team just needs to kind of, I would imagine they just kind of want to fortify this area a little bit, kind of prevent the blue team from redistributing. Unfortunately, though, the blue team does have access to all of these webway gates, so that'll allow them to kind of get out of there. And as you can see, the Warp Spiders are already on the complete other side of the map. So perhaps being aware of this, the red team has decided not to hang out there for too much longer and instead just kind of capitalize on some stuff. Although I don't really know where they're going. They really should just be standing like right about here at this point, guarding those 2 victory points. There's no reason to go for a 3 cap at this point. 329 to 192 to 0 victory points. 2-1 victory points now. The red team just needs to sit on top of this and capitalize that. Again, we can see the Terminators being nicely sped up there by that Librarian, charging around with their assault cannons and all that, putting some pressure, but no, the Lincoln Warp Spider's getting ooh, it looks like they got a kill on him, telefragged a little bit there. That's kind of cool. Anyhow, the Autarch right now, not the Autarch, well, the Autarch and the Avatar are just chopping away at this power node. Things looking good. Lindonen a little slow again on getting up to tier 3. Lindonen always does this. I think he very intentionally does this too, but very often late game I look and I see him with just a ton of money. You can see he just started tier 3, but he had a lot more money before that. And he's not bad, it's just that he waits and waits and waits until the right moment to just kind of buy the appropriate unit, I think. That's kind of odd. He just, unlike most players, he doesn't like to rock, scissors, papers when he buys things. He's very reactionary. He just buys things when they're needed and doesn't buy them otherwise. So he has a lot of money saved up. Is the too long didn't read version of that rambling sentence. So again, back capping here, always good, just to kind of keep these points from maturing whenever you can. War Spider Exarchs, knobs on the field right now. The knobs are going to be very helpful indeed. And at least in sort of dealing with the Avatar, although the Avatar is a monster in melee for the most part here. So here we have it right now. We can see here, it looks like Dark Riku and Spirit are just kind of charging in here. And we have, an excellent Wailing Doom lined up on all those retreating Warp Spiders and just scattering them all over the place, knocking everybody across the map. Also the Dark Riku was knocked around there. And here we have it once again. Looks like we got the Mark of Cain just kind of blowing apart all of the orcs here. So two fantastic uses of Avatar abilities kind of swayed this battle a little bit here. You can see the Warlock. By the way, the Warlock has changed his weapon. He has the Witchblade of Kurnos now, which... he has the Provenance armor as well, but it doesn't matter. We can see use your choppas being used on the knobs there. Oh, the knobs being thrown back using the Warp Throw ability right on top of a Plasma Grenade, taking just terrible damage right there. And we've got the Warlock here is just kind of hacking and slashing away at these guys. So really a great use of Eldar abilities, just decisively changed the turn of the battle right there. So Witchblade of Kurnos, by the way, the Ethereal Slash ability, another thing that combos really well with Warp Throw, because you can throw them on top of you and then fire off your AoE ability there. So really looking pretty mean right there. Lindonin is definitely still in this game. Forset just took a ton of casualties. Dark Riku also has been taking some casualties here, so Drop Pack has got the edge. But really, you know, I don't know. I kind of feel like the red team has got control over this, but they need to spread back out and cap points. As you can see, losing a lot of stuff here in the back, losing their main requisition points and that sort of thing here. So the Farseer right now opting instead just to kind of run past, give a nice little high five to that Avatar and ignored for the time being here. Again, you can see these these requisition points kind of still maturing back there. And the Autarch, the Autarch, it looks like the Farseer, it looks like, is actually going to go ahead and res one of her allies. So the oh man, we have just action happening everywhere. Once again, a beautiful looking Wailing Doom knocking back all of those War Spiders. However, it looks like a Haywire grenade did go off on that Avatar, and now we have the rest of Dark Riku coming in just to kind of back up this Avatar a little bit. That's going to be a little bit too much for the Autarch to deal with. As you can see, the Assault Squad all leaping into action right now. The Apothecary backing them up all as well. We had a nice little Shuriken Cannon team up here that's just kind of keeping people from getting up here, but this is overwhelming forces here. What with the Assault Marines going to be able to jump on top of that. And the Avatar. Oh, the Avatar, once again, lining up the Wailing Doom, and it does! It completely takes out the Shuriken Cannon as it was trying to retreat. Again, beautiful uses of Eldar abilities just kind of across the board by Spirit, a.k.a. Drop Pack here. Looking pretty good. And we have a Land Raider on the field right now for Captain Dark Riku. Oh, man, this is the blackest and darkest and most brutal of Land Raiders. How much more black could this Land Raider be? The answer is none. None more black. Over here on the right-hand side, we can see capturing the victory points, but the blue team is doing quite a good job staying in control of this match, just keeping the bottom two victory points under their control. So you can see the Warp Spider here, just kind of blinking around, taking control of the center, shredding away that Warlock, but no, the Warlock went ahead, he activated Providence, which gives him invulnerability and increased mana regeneration and that sort of thing, and he's just going to just sit there invulnerable and cap this victory point, kind of ignoring everybody else. Using the Warp Throw once again to pull all of the Slugger Boys and the Storm Boys into the Wailing Doom from the Avatar. Oh, beautiful synergy of just Eldar abilities here. Spirit has really kind of like upped the ante here. We can see once again Wailing Doom, sorry, not Wailing Doom, whatever the hell that's called. We got the Ethereal Slash ability, that's the one, being used just to kind of knock back the orcs again. And now just kind of trading up, the Autarch is going to leap into combat right now, poking away at this port. No, going to totally avoid the Warboss there. Oh well, that's unfortunate. But now you can see that the Avatar here is just surrounded by a bunch of knobs and stuff, but he doesn't care. He's just going to continue hacking away, and once again, you're going to be using the Mark of Cain to blow everyone apart around him, and there goes, oh no, a beautiful, beautiful flank. Oh my god, not only does the Warboss go down, but right then Captain Dark Riku completely flanks from behind. You can see that all of the blue team here is just kind of stuck in the middle right now, and Dark Riku has just shown up with a Land Raider, just kind of completely hitting them from behind. We've got the double heavy flamers and the Melt-A-Gun and the twin linked assault cannons just kind of like letting loose on all of the orcs right now. And just total cleanup duty right there by Dark Riku. Absolutely fantastic move right there for the red team. So red team just gained outstanding control over the bottom half of the map. Again, the War Spiders are being nice and annoying up here, kind of bouncing around, capping stuff. But really all the red team needs to do to win this game is just to sit on top of all of this. So that's looking pretty good in general here. We can see, I just heard in chat, he said he wants to do a Warp Throw plus Eldritch Storm. You can see he's kind of hunting around this base here, but doesn't quite see a big blob of troops that he can quite get yet, so he's going to forget about that for the time being. We do have double fire prisms on the field right now too, so talk about wanting to be able to control victory points. Double fire prisms will absolutely give you that control. It's almost impossible to cap victory point with that kind of stuff going around. Also, it just gives all sorts of late game answers to any other infinite vehicles that could be coming out right now. So if we see anything huge by Farseer or by Lindonin, it'll be instantly jibbed by all those guys. So humongous late game units on the field right now. Taking a look around, we'll see it looks like the Warlock is just kind of chopping away at this gen farm here. The Warp Spiders being backed up by a Brightlands team are the only real presence here on the right-hand side of the map. We do have this webway gate here, but it looks like, oh, the Scouts just barely caught that. They're going to be able to destroy that. But anyhow, you can see really, really dominating central control, double fire prisms, and the Land Raiders here going to just sit right on top of the spot. They have absolutely the right idea. Warlock right now just chopping away at the generators. And you can see, I think the Farseer is just going to do some investigatory attacks here just to kind of see what's there, realizing that, yes, there's an Avatar, a Land Raider, and just a massive bunch of fire prisms and stuff. Really, there's no way that they're going to cap the center of the map right now. Unfortunately, Farseer just took way too many casualties as a result of just brilliant use of Eldar play there. Oh, using the Warp Throw ability and going right in again to the Ethereal Slash right there. Just going to make sure he uses that combo. You'll notice he also fired off the Providence ability right there just to make sure that he didn't take too much unnecessary damage. But that's looking pretty good. So yeah, once again, just awesome control over the center. I hear a D cannon out there. Yes, it is. So Lindonen went for a D cannon and a Bright Lance, definitely trying to pick up the slack with the anti-vehicle stuff there. But really, there's just, it's too little too late. The Avatar is just going to charge on in. It'll probably take one good shot to the face right there. And now lining up the Wailing Doom. Oh, they're trying to unset up, but it's not going to happen. Boom! He'll help them out with that. Help them retreat a little bit faster there. So we can see the knobs and the Stormboys are pretty much all that's on the field right now for Farseer. Farseer is getting a set of Sluggaboys as well, but that's going to be probably too little too late. The Scouts here, being nice and annoying, getting the advanced infiltration training, are going to go ahead and cap this northern victory point here. Probably going to get set up here to start doing some infiltrating and annoying harassment on the northern side of the map there. So 57 points remaining for the blue team, 130 points right now for the red team. The blue team really needs to do something. They've got Terminators, they've got everything to deal with here. Ooh, I forget the name of that ability. That is going to be the Time Field from the Farseer, slowing down all of these troops and preventing them from firing or anything like that. Definitely an okay way to start off. We do have a Singularity being used. Oh, no, that is an Eldritch Storm, and we have a Warp Throw into an Eldritch Storm. Oh, what a beautiful way to begin this encounter. All of these troops are getting knocked aside, taking tons of damage from that Eldritch Storm. You can see here that the Warboss and the Farseer are desperately trying to cap this victory point, but it doesn't matter. Not only have the Scouts capped the northern victory point, or at least decapped it, but the Warboss and everybody was just way too wounded here. It looks like this Land Raider is really tanking quite a bit here. You can see the Knob Squad with their huge hammers are trying their best to use their momentum, but it doesn't matter. Way too many humongous vehicles on the field right there. So congratulations to Spirit and to Captain Dark Riku. Well played by Farseer and by Lindonen. That game had just some fantastic examples of Spirit just really using all of these synergies of the various Eldar abilities and whatnot. So I hope you guys enjoyed this game. Once again, I'm Harlequin. If you did enjoy this, please feel free to subscribe. Otherwise, I will see you guys later.